Due diligence and transparency can make or break a relationship with a customer, and let me show you why. This picture surfaced on Facebook on a mechanic page. If you are paying a shop to change your plugs and they break one, is it the mechanic's responsibility to eat the time and labor to extract the plug, or is that an added cost to the customer, R&R of the head, etc.? Picture of my 225,000 mile spark plugs I replaced today. SBC stands for Short Block Chevy, if you didn't know. Anybody that's ever worked on a first-gen 3-valve Ford Triton motor knows that the spark plugs are prone to breaking inside the cylinder head because of a poor cylinder head design. So in a situation like this, how does this work? Does the shop eat it? Does the customer pay for it? What happens? This is where due diligence and transparency is so huge, because if the mechanic who's inspecting the car for any kind of repair or service and they notice a high level of rust, corrosion, or they've seen it before where these particular components are prone to needing add-on parts like seals or bolt kits or whatever, the mechanic should do his part in putting that in the initial quote and then presenting this to the advisor so that the advisor understands that the major component that failed is this, and these are add-on parts. I need to fix this because this is just what it's going to take because I've seen this before, etc., etc. And then they can relay that information to the customer, fully explaining why it's this much money to replace this one particular part. And in that sense, in that instant, the customer now has this idea of, well, it's going to cost me X amount of money for the initial repair, and if there's anything additional, it's going to cost this much in total. And then when they call them and say, hey, Mr. Customer, this happened, it's going to take a little bit longer, but you already pre-approved all the additional parts that we need to fix the car, they're not surprised. When you call a customer and say, hey, Mr. Customer, that $1,200 repair that we told you would take care of your car, well, we ran into an issue and now we need another $300 to fix it. That's going to piss off the customer, because now the customer is thinking, well, I just paid you guys $1,200. Why are you guys not taking care of what your mechanic broke? But when you explain it in a way that, Mr. Customer, we've seen these types of repairs before where, you know, these particular seals go bad or these bolts break because of rust, corrosion, etc. And honestly, like, this is a regional kind of like dispute, because us here in Michigan, we see rust and corrosion all the time. So that add-on time or add-on parts for fighting the rust and fighting the corrosion to properly fix the car, it's going to make or break the difference, right? So in my opinion, to answer that question, I honestly think it really depends on the situation. If it's not presented to the customer as a likelihood that something can go wrong because of miles, corrosion, rust, whatever, or lack of maintenance, whatever the issue is, if it's not presented to the customer as a possibility, then yeah, I think it's on the shop. But if it's presented to the customer in a way that they understand that, you know, X, Y, and Z can happen in doing such service or repair because of rust, corrosion, mileage, whatever the case may be, then you have a better chance of having a more understanding customer, and they'll understand the time delay and the added expense. But that's enough for me. Put it down in the comments. What do you